guys, and welcome back. In today's video, I just want to tell you a little bit more about the travel aspect of this channel and blog, and what I hope to do and the trips that I've got coming up. So the first trip that I have coming up is Vienna. So I'm actually going to Vienna in about 3 weeks, just under 3 weeks when this video goes live, which I'm really looking forward to. I've never been to Vienna before, but it has definitely been somewhere that was on my list. So I'm really excited to go. I'm also getting my camera in the next week, I think. So I'm really excited, and that would be like its proper first outing. But yeah, we're just going for a weekend. We go on a Friday and come home on a Sunday. So yeah, I'll definitely bring you along to that, and I'm really looking forward to it. Also, I suppose the big trip and the trip I suppose that inspired this aspect of the blog and channel is the trip that I'm going on at the end of April with my boyfriend. So we are embarking on a big adventure for about 3.5 months, I think it is, or something about that. At the end of April, we're going to Asia, which I'm so excited about. It's a part of the world that I've been dying to go and see. The trip that we're doing, we're starting in Japan, then we're going to China, down to Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, Malaysia, and ending in Indonesia, in Bali. So yeah, definitely, like, for us it's a trip of a lifetime, and I'm just so excited to get going. It's like really weird because we've been like planning it for the last year, or for a good portion of the last year, and like when anyone asks, we're like, oh yeah, 2020, which always just seemed like ages away, and now we're here and it's literally like a matter of weeks until we go, which is really scary when I say it, but yeah, I'm really excited for it. So I just want to tell you a little bit more about the trip and why we decided to go and how we kind of saved for it. So it's, as I said, it's always been a part of the world that I have wanted to see, and it's the same for my boyfriend. I suppose when we first met each other, it was definitely something we discussed, like, would you like to go traveling? And we both said we would. So yeah, this now was the perfect time for us to do it. Everyone obviously has their own perfect time, and this just suited us because we've both finished college and we've both been working for the last year, and we've no ties kind of here, like we don't have an apartment together or anything, or we don't have bills to pay. There's nothing really like preventing us from going, is what I mean. And yeah, it just was like, if we don't do it now, we'll just regret it and we might never get to go. So let's just go for it. And as I said, it's the perfect time for us and it just suits us. I don't think I would have done it by myself, so that's why I'm really happy that my boyfriend did want to go, and it was something that was like on his bucket list to do. I don't know, it just doesn't, I just don't think I would like to go solo traveling. I just like the idea of being with someone and having someone there and experiencing it with them. I do have to take my hat off though to anyone who does go solo traveling. I have friends who have done it, and I just like, fair play to anyone who does it and fair play to them. But for me, it just wouldn't be for me. So yeah, in terms of saving for it, we decided to open a joint bank account. Everyone has different ways of saving, and I've heard different things. Like, I've heard people just say like, oh no, you just use your own money, and just like, you just look after your own thing when they're going traveling with their partner. And to me, that just didn't sound right to me, and the same for my boyfriend. We were just like, to us it just didn't make sense. And opening a joint bank account did make sense, because it just meant that every month when we got our paycheck, we created a fixed amount that we knew would help us get to our end goal, and every month we put that money into the bank account, and we've just been saving like that since we started work. And yeah, as I said, that just worked really well for us. I just think it's easier, like, you know, when you're paying for hotels or food, it's none of this business of like, oh, you pay for that and I'll pay for tomorrow night's one, but then they don't equal the same amount, and it's like, oh, I owe you this, and blah blah blah. Like, that to me just sounds annoying. That, as I said, that's personal. I know it works for other people. it wouldn't work for me. I mean, even when I go away, like when we go on city breaks or if I'm away with my friends or whatever it is, I love a good kitty. If you haven't done a kitty, you need to try a kitty. A kitty is basically just where you decide on a fixed amount at the beginning and everyone puts that money in, and then you use it for your food and any like drinks or ice creams or any like trips that you're all doing or tours, and the money just comes out of the kitty, and that way like there's no arguments, and it's just easier than like trying to split bills and all that type of stuff. So whenever I go away and whoever I go with, that's what I ask, can we do? And we usually do it, especially like, you know, if you're staying in an apartment or something and you're going to like the grocery shop to get groceries instead of like eating out all the time, it just means like it's all shared, it's all even, and it's just one big pot of money. So that's what we did for this trip, and it's worked out well for us, and I think it will work out well for us when we're over there, especially like because now as well we've been obviously booking stuff before we go, and it just means we're using that card and it just comes out of that account, and there's kind of just no messing. In terms of like saving, like it was easy enough for us. We picked a fixed amount that we've both put in the same amount every month on the same date, and like we still, obviously it's only a portion of the money that we get in every month, so we still have money to do whatever we want to do, so that part has been fine for us personally. So as an update on where we are now is that we have our first month pretty much booked, all booked, which is Japan and China. So we're 2 weeks in both, and yeah, we've got them kind of sorted now. Apart from like maybe tours and stuff, we've got that done in China because we're going with a tour group, and that just worked well for us for that section of our adventure, so that's what we decided to do. We're both big believers on like just do what is good for us and what is going to be easy for us. I think you don't want to aggravate anything when you go on a trip. Like as me as a person, as I've mentioned, I have suffered with anxiety, so there is times and there will be times when I'm away that I will feel really anxious, and me feeling anxious will be obviously stressful and will cause me to act in certain ways, which could result in us having a fight, and I don't want that. Obviously I don't want that, but I just think if we can put like measures in place now to prevent any of those kind of like stressful moments, then like why would you not do it? So us booking the tour for that part of our adventure just was easy for us and was the right thing for us to do. We've decided like the other places we're going to, we'll decide where we want to go in those countries, but we're not necessarily going to book anything. We might book our flight into Vietnam, but we're not going to book our accommodation for Vietnam until we're probably in Japan, and kind of so on and so forth. We've applied for our Chinese visas at the moment. Obviously there is some concern, but I'm pretty confident that it will be okay by the time we're going, and yeah, I just don't want to put any like negative energy out there. I want to see China, so I'm hoping that we will get to do that, and I'm remaining positive that we will get to do that. So yeah, we've applied for the visa, which is like such a lengthy process. Like they're just short of asking you how many bones are in your body, but that's fine. Like it's obviously all for security, so that's it. It is what it is, and we've completed it. So we just need to wait to go for our interview now. So fingers crossed that will be all fine. But yeah, I can go more into detail about that if you want. I also wanted to like do this whole part of it because, as I mentioned, I have suffered with anxiety, so some parts of this will make me anxious, and I've already felt really anxious about some parts of it. So yeah, I want to share that with you guys. One of the things that has like made me anxious is like I'm such a home bird, and it's really just me and my dad. Like we're two peas in a pod. I don't have any brothers or sisters, and as mentioned, my mum passed away, so I will miss my dad an awful lot, and like that's obvious, everyone's gonna miss their family. It's just something that like I've been anxious about, but I'm fine with it now, and 3.5 months isn't that long. Also the booking the flight to China and like what we were going to do, that was all stressing me out majorly, so that's why we did end up booking the group tour in the end. just to remove all that stress and just make it as easy as possible, as I mentioned. So yeah, I think that's pretty much a good enough update for now. If you guys have any questions, or if you want me to talk about anything in particular throughout this like journey, and when I'm over there or before I'm over there, please do ask and I'll answer the best I can. And if you've ever been to any of these places that I've mentioned, please do let me know your tips and tricks and places that I need to see or places that I need to eat, anything like that. I would love to hear them. And yeah, I look forward to bringing you on this adventure with me, and I hope you like this video and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!